All rise for their stellar majesties, Karen and Ellis, Rhee and Bonrion of Northshield. Here opens the ethereal court of Northshield, called
Karen
the Griffin's New Groove, held on the 6 Ides of Maius, 7th Feria, 18th of the moon, being the 9th Saturday, May, Anno Societatis 55, 2020 by the common reckoning.
Greetings, Northshield. We hope you are keeping in good health. Our hearts are with you, and we hope you are carrying on the best you can. His Majesty and I are on the hunt for that elusive spotted Keithong. So far, nothing yet. We haven't given up, though, so we will be victorious. Oh, yes. So while we take a break from hunting, we're glad to hold this court with you today. Sorry. Still working on all this. So to kind of explain how virtual courts are going to work when we have recipients, and to those of you who have not read what we put out on the internet, this is how ethereal courts will work. We will put out notices about court happenings. We will be doing a summoning of participants. We would like you to contact our chamberlains for an RSVP, and they will walk you through the process of connecting to the ethereal realm, doing some testing, answering your questions, etc. If you would prefer not to be part of ethereal court, that's fine too. We understand. Just let our chamberlains know. As for everyone else, and I hope you're all watching at home, we'd love for you to watch on the live streams on Facebook and YouTube. As much as we'd like to connect with everyone in Northshield to the ethereal realm, our wizard is still working on his spell power to get that right now. So maybe in the future we'll have more people to connect. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And as I said before, this is all new to us and we're still learning as we go along. Hopefully we'll get better as time goes along. If you have feedback for us, we'd love to hear it. Feel free to email us at prm@northshield.org. And let me scroll as I scroll. We are very sad to share the news of the passing of Lady Cecilia de, how does it say it, Kat?
Cefalu.
Cefalu, I'm sorry. Modernly known as Carol Yankee, this week of breast cancer. Lady Cecilia was from Caer Antirith Mar and was beloved for her bright and shining personality and her love for meeting of new friends. She will be greatly missed. I would like you to charge your glass and share a moment of silence for Lady Cecilia. Now with that, we will move on to Her Grace Petronella to read in some law changes.
Good afternoon. The following changes were determined at the Stellari meeting of 4/18/2020 as being non-substantive. I-220. An officer is a person serving in an appointed office as defined in the government documents or in these laws, or as an appointed deputy in such office at any level, or as the organizer of an event, commonly referred to as autocrat or steward, or as a territorial baron or baroness, or as a member of the royalty. Change to I-220. An officer is a person serving in an appointed office defined in the government documents in these laws as an appointed deputy in such office at any level, as the organizer of an event, commonly referred to as autocrat or steward, as territorial baronage, or as member of the royalty. This change was made to remove extra quotation marks, a run-on sentence, and made gender neutral. 1-300. The Stellari or the Stellari Council consists of the royalty and great officers. 1-340. Use of terms suggesting kingdom patronage. Language which suggests kingdom sponsorship or sanction of an event, guild, household, or other organization, such as Northshield Kingdom, titles of kingdom officers and their deputies, etc., requires Stellari approval. 1-341. Stellari permission for use of terms suggesting kingdom patronage. The Stellari Council reserves the right to grant perpetual permission to local events to use the terms identified in section 1-340 and above event names. Stellari Council further reserves the right to rescind that permission for cause. This permission does not equate to these events being kingdom events as defined in section 1-350 below, nor is it intended to suggest or grant kingdom's sanction or sponsorship of these events. 1-345. Use of terms suggesting royal patronage. Language which implies royal patronage, such as royalty, their majesties or highnesses, or kings, queens, princesses, of any guild, event, household, or any organization requires the permission of the person who holds or will hold these titles. This will not imply kingdom patronage or make the event subject to requirements of a kingdom event. The future use of these titles cannot be presumed and are not ongoing. 1-350. Kingdom events. Known world events are defined in the Society Seneschal's Handbook. Kingdom events are defined as events which are critical to the maintenance of the realm, such as crown tournament or coronation, or events that further kingdom goals and have direct support and oversight of a kingdom officer or officers. Kingdom events always require a bid to be presented to the Stolari Council as outlined in Northshield policies. Language would suggest kingdom sponsorship or sanction of an event, such as the use of the terms kingdom or Northshield, will occur as part of the bid process. Any event that does not fit these definitions is defined as a local event. 2. 1-300. The Stolari or the Stolari Council consists of the royalty and great officers. 1-300. Use of terms suggesting kingdom patronage. Language which suggests kingdom sponsorship or sanction of an event, guild, household, or other organization, such as Northshield Kingdom, titles of kingdom officers and their deputies, etc., requires Stolari approval. 1-341. Stolari permission for use of terms suggesting kingdom patronage. The Stolari Council reserves the right to grant perpetual permission to local events to use terms identified in Section 1-340 above in event names. Stolari Council further reserves the right to rescind that permission for cause. This permission does not equate to these events being kingdom events as defined in Section 1-350 below, nor is it intended to suggest or grant kingdom sanction or sponsorship of these events. 1-345. Use of terms suggesting royal patronage. Language which implies royal patronage, such as royal, their majesties/highnesses, or kings, queens, princes, princesses of an event, guild, household, or other organization, requires the permission of the person who holds or will hold these titles. This will not imply kingdom patronage or make an event subject to the ongoing requirements of a kingdom event. The future use of these titles cannot be presumed and are not ongoing. 1-350. Kingdom events. Known world events are defined in Society Seneschal's Handbook. Kingdom events are defined as events which are critical to the maintenance of the realm, such as crown tournament or coronation, or events that further the kingdom goals and have direct support and oversight of a kingdom officer. Kingdom events always require a bid to be presented to the Stolari Council, as outlined in Northshield policies. Language which suggests kingdom sponsorship or sanction of an event, such as the use of the terms kingdom or Northshield, will occur as part of the bid process. Any event that does not fit these definitions is defined as a local event. These changes were made to remove random quotation marks and fix capitalization errors. 1-355. Reserved weekends. The weekend starting with the second Saturday of every month is reserved for kingdom events. Groups wishing to hold local events on the weekend containing the second Saturday may apply to the Kingdom Seneschal for Stolari Council approval. 2. 1-355. Reserved weekends. The weekend containing the second Saturday of every month is reserved for kingdom events. Groups wishing to hold local events on the weekend containing the second Saturday may apply to the Kingdom Seneschal for Stolari Council approval. That's just clarifying the language to make it more transparent. 1-600. Statutory law will be the continuing body of law in the kingdom. The Crown will have the power to change, repeal, or add statute only after in consultation with the Stolari Council, provided that the change, repeal, or addition does not conflict with any superior laws as established by the order of precedence in the governing documents. 2. 1-600. Statutory law will be the continuing body of law in the kingdom. The Crown will have the power to change, repeal, or add statute only after consultation with Stolari Council, provided the change, repeal, or addition does not conflict with any superior laws and policies as established by the precedents of law in the government documents and society handbooks and policies. That's just changed to make a complete list of things that trump kingdom law instead of a partial list we had before. 2-300. No member of the royalty may hold or apply for or hold another kingdom level, society, or corporate office during their reign. Change to 2-300. No member of the royalty may apply or hold another kingdom-level office or hold a society or corporate office during the reign. And this was changed to say the royalty can apply for corporate and society offices because there's no conflict of interest like there is at the kingdom level. 3-100. The crown tournament to select the next heirs and the heirs consort will be held twice a year in the months of May and October. 3-100. The crown tournament to select the next heirs and heirs consort will be held twice a year on the second weekends of May and October. That's just to clarify that it's using the reserve second weekend. 3-600. All prospective combatants and consorts in the crown tournament must affirm that they and their consort understand and are prepared to accept the crown's responsibility as defined by government documents and kingdom law. 3-600. All prospective combatants and consorts in the crown tournament must affirm that they understand and are prepared to accept the crown's responsibilities as defined by the government documents and kingdom law. And that change was made so that since the crown, both members of the crown are co-equal, they should each speak for themselves, and the combatant should not be speaking for the consort. 3-900. All prospective consorts, combatants and their consorts must meet the minimum criteria in the government documents as well as the following requirements. All prospective combatants must hold a valid Northshield heavy combat authorization card. If the combatant does not hold all authorizations that will be used in the tournament, the crown has the sole discretion as to how or whether they will allow the combatant to participate. 3-900. All prospective combatants and their consorts must meet the minimum criteria in the governing documents as well as the following requirements. 7. All prospective combatants must hold a valid Northshield armored combat authorization card. If the combatant does not hold all authorizations that will be used in the tournament, the crown has the sole discretion as to how and whether they will allow the combatant to participate. And that was changed because heavy combat is a slang term that's not defined elsewhere and not used anywhere else in our documents. 3-1000. Prospective competitors must send to the presiding royalty a letter expressing their intent to compete. The letter should provide evidence of fulfillment of any requirements for entrance by the prospective combatant and consort, and outline their involvement in diverse areas of the SCA, as the heir and heirs consort may require. The presiding royalty will ensure that the necessary information concerning eligibility is provided to the kingdom seneschal for verification. 1. The presiding royalty must state the reason for refusal to the crown, the kingdom seneschal, and those to whom they refuse entrance in a timely manner. A reasonable attempt will be made to provide the reason for refusal in writing at least 2 weeks before crown tournament. 2. The denial of the entrance and its reasons will be kept confidential by presiding royalty, the crown, and kingdom seneschal. This is changed to 3-1000. Prospective competitors should send prospective competitors must send to the presiding royalty a letter expressing their intent to compete. The letter should provide evidence of fulfillment of any requirements for entrance by the prospective combatant and consort, and outline their involvement in diverse areas of the SCA as the presiding royalty may require. The presiding royalty will ensure that the necessary information concerning eligibility is provided to the kingdom seneschal for verification. 1. The presiding royalty must state the reason for refusal to the kingdom seneschal and to those who they refuse entrance in the timely manner, and a reasonable attempt will be made to provide the reason for refusal in writing at least 2 weeks before the crown tournament. 2, the denial of entrance and its reasons must be kept confidential by the presiding royalty and the kingdom seneschal. And this has changed because within 2 weeks of crown, the crown and the presiding royalty are the same, and if this denial is made before coronation, this decision has solely been the heirs' decision, and the crown has never been involved in it, so we are just bringing the law in line with their practice. 3-1200. The crown tournament must meet the following conditions. At least 3 fully warranted marshals of Northshield must be present to supervise the lists. 2. 3-1200. The crown tournament must meet the following conditions. At least 3 warranted armored combat marshals of Northshield must be present to supervise the lists. The way it's written, you could have an archery thrown weapons and equestrian marshal and it would meet law. Of course, it wouldn't meet actually, other government documents. 5-600. All grade officers are appointed by the Crown in conjunction with the appropriate society superior officer and after consultation with the outgoing grade officer and the Stellari Council. 2. 5-600. All grade officers are warranted by the Crown in conjunction with the appropriate society officer and after the consultation with the outgoing grade officer. And this change was made from appointed to warranted because warranting is what gives the authority, the actual signing of the papers. 5-810. All grade officers must have an emergency deputy. The emergency deputy must be approved by the Crown after consultation with the grade officer and the Stellari Council. Emergency deputies to a grade officer shall keep all communications confidential as if they were that grade officer. All laws pertaining to the confidential information provided to a grade officer shall also bind that officer's emergency deputy. 2. 5-810. All grade officers must have an emergency deputy. The emergency deputy must be warranted by the Crown and grade officer after consultation with the Stellari Council. Emergency deputies to the grade officer shall keep all communications confidential as if they were the grade officer. All laws pertaining to the confidential information provided to the grade officer shall also bind that officer's emergency deputy. And that change is made for the same reason the one below, because warranting gives the authority, not appointing. And the following two laws are changed because they were in conflict. The reason the law 12-400, contracts with the modern world committing the kingdom as a whole may be entered into only by the kingdom seneschal with the approval of the Crown in consultation with the Stellari Council. Such contracts must be signed by the kingdom seneschal. 12-440. The authority to negotiate and sign a contract on behalf of the kingdom as a whole can be delegated to a person or persons only by the kingdom seneschal with the approval of the Stellari Council. 2. 12-400. Contracts with the modern world committing the kingdom as a whole may be entered into with the approval of the Crown in consultation with the Stellari Council. The Stellari Council may need to act as kingdom financial committee if there is money involved. The authority to negotiate and sign a contract on behalf of the kingdom as a whole is a duty of the kingdom seneschal or a designated representative that has been approved by the Stellari Council. And 12-440 will be removed from law. These are the will of their Majesties Karen and Ellis. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Thank you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
We have some backlog scrolls that have been completed for awards that were given in the past, and those will be shown on the screen. The recipients are Christiana Silverton for an award of the glove, Dearmit MacDaoud, Aquila Epfelman, Otis Mold McKee, Order of the Hand of Tyr, Otis Mold McKee, a Balefire, now called a Black Flame, Asta Osmond, Black Flame, and Ajax Theron Marius, Award of Arms.
Yay, move on.
Vivat. Vivat.
All right, are we ready to move on to new business?
I believe so.
All right, let's move on to new business.
Their Majesties invite into their court, Jeanette de Provins.
Available to their Majesty's whim.
Hi, Jeanette. I bet you thought we were done with you.
I did.
So considering our online coronation, your rose was technically official. So we're reading that into court today. Do you want to do that? Go ahead and read that, Kat.
It is only with some thorns that we truly appreciate the roses in our lives. The level of grace, dignity, and compassion that have been shown to those in the kingdom and to society as a whole are beyond compare. Everyone has looked up to you since becoming an heir to the throne, and it has only become more evident throughout your reign. You inspire everyone around you and continue to show your own creativity as well. It is for this that we, Karen and Ellis, King and Queen of Northshield, do give you honor and deem you a Lady of the Rose.
Yay. Hey,
The scroll by Galen Patterson to be presented later.
Thank you.
Vivat!
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 Also, with all the honors and recognitions that we gave you at coronation, we felt as the first solo monarch queen of Northshield, you deserved something a little more special than just be, well, you get a countess no matter what, and a rose is bestowed upon you. So we know you love heraldry, and we felt that this was very appropriate. And so today we are bestowing upon you an augmentation of arms. We have not.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We have not designated a charge for you, so you may choose what you wish with the consultation of College of Heralds.
Thank you.
I don't know. They should have a picture of that.
They should. And the scroll, I believe, reads, Jeanette, Augmentation of Arms, 9 May.
It's very, very pretty. I can't see it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
For Jeanette, Vivat!
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 Their Majesties invite into court Shime Aknid.
Present.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. We have heard many great things about you and wanted to recognize you actually at our coronation. Things didn't work out that way, so we're going to do that now. We heard that you work hard, but tirelessly, but you don't make a lot of circumstance or notice about it. Anyway, you just do it on your own, and you just do it without trying to be recognized. But people have been recognizing you, and you always give good advice and good suggestions. We hear that you're a beast of an illustrator, and you do digital animal artwork. You're learning to do Unicol. I said that right. And you were the scribe chosen by Master Eldred to invite the Prince of Trimaris to Northern Realms War. We hear that you have carving expertise that's been useful for site tokens. And being called good, gentle Shime sounds really nice. So we'd like to give you an award.
Thank you.
I'll attend the words of Kieran and Ellis, Ree and Bondrian of Northshield. We are most pleased when we hear and see the good works of our populace. Shime Aknid has offered and performed good deeds in our Shire of Coldernhale and in our kingdom. We therefore award her with an award of arms. Scroll by Susan the midwife.
Yep. I actually have that one here. I have a picture of it too. I have my name on there. Ellis doesn't. You just let us know how you would like to handle that. If you'd like me to sign for Her Majesty, or if you want to hold on to it, and when you see her, you can have her sign that.
Okay, I will be in contact with you about how to get it.
Awesome. That sounds great.
For Shime, Vivat!
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 One of the things we like to do as a Northshield, one of the traditions has been brought here. I think Conrad might have started as a toy run. I want to continue that, but it's much more difficult in this current situation. So what we have is some ideas that we've heard being done in other kingdoms where you as parents can sign up your children to receive a toy. We'll mail those to you, and then you could, if you want to, film that and send that to us. You'll have to fill out a waiver for us to be able to show that, but we think it would be really cool to, in a future court, to be able to show a toy run. So something to be thinking about. We'll have more details on that in the future available, but we really do miss that and think that is an important part of our courts. Okay. Thank you.
For the future of Northshield, Vivat!
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 Their Majesties invite into their court Kit Merrick Sin, and Ada Leona Marakova Dolch.
Greetings, Your Majesties.
Well met.
Hi. You're probably wondering what the heck is all of this is about, unless
Yes.
you read into the future, which I'm guessing it may be a surprise. I don't know if Northshield really knows how much the work the both of you do for Artist Row, both here in Northshield, mostly at Dub Dub, and at Gulf Wars. How much work goes into getting everything organized, organizing all the teachers, sitting at the tents, bringing all the equipment to Gulf Wars, which, it's what, 1,500 miles. How many years have you been doing Gulf Wars?
Over 10.
And over
10.
12 for me. Over 12 for me.
12. So yeah, they've been showing off Northshield's skills to the known world for a long time. And so today we have decided to honor you with court baronies. We have commissioned Master Everhard to make you coronets, and he will be delivering them to you sometime soon.
It was just placed on my head
It was.
by him.
It's on my head. Now you know why you're here.
I didn't know
Thank
he was
you.
doing it today.
Shall
Thank
I
you.
read the scrolls?
Vivat.
These runes are raised by Kieran Koenig and Ellis Drotning for Kit Merrick Sin to honor his being made a baron of their court. Scroll by Gerther Kolbinson. All know that we, Kieran and Ellis, King and Queen of Northshield, having weighed well the works and labors of the Honorable Lady Adalunda Marakova Dolch, particularly for her organization of Artists Row in Northshield and at Gulf Wars, as well as promoting the art of bead making and other glassworks, do grant her a court barony. Scroll by Mornia Inyan Unconnelly.
Yay.
For Ada and Kit, vivat!
Vivat!
Well deserved. Good
Thank
job.
you
For
so
that.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wish we could be there in person to give you these, but it is what it is. But we're glad to do it.
Their Majesties invite into their court Mary of Cairgart.
I'm here.
Here, Mary? Awesome.
We're here, Your Majesties.
Hey, Mary.
So glad you're here. Yeah, one of the things we want to do is recognize people that haven't been recognized and to do things that we just haven't been seen. And I think all kings and queens want to do that, but sometimes the obvious ones are the ones that get missed, are the people that are right in front of you. And we know that you do all kinds of work, and there's nothing that you're not afraid to jump into, from retaining the water bearing all the way up to running events. This was supposed to be crowned, and you were going to be the autocrat, and all that work that goes into that. We know that wasn't easy, and that it's kind of it feels like it could be frustrating when you have a big plan and then you put all the work into it and it can't happen. We know that you've done scroll work and been investment minister. You did the work with the rapier community, and so we want to recognize you into our order of the Hand of the Tier. Normally we'd call those people up and be part of that big crowd, and we can't do that now. But just imagine, if you will, all the Hands of the Tier are surrounding you and giving you big congratulations. Okay,
Twice head retainer, Countess, Duchess, Queen. Community building, water-bearing crown. Regalia and investment minister Bean. And scroll work doth add much to her renown. The songs of Northshield compiled in a tome. The many whose help she entreated to enlist. The time she's given to our kingdom home. Her accolades doth make too long a list. This fine lady, House of Cairgart, hath served the kingdom in every possible way. She gives and gives of her unending heart, and thus Northshield royals now must say, to Duchess Mary may we draw you near, and award you the Order of the Hand of Tyr. Scroll by Leah of Blackmore.
Vivat.
Mary, vivat.
Vivat.
Their Majesties invite into their court Emily von Kalmbach.
No.
Hi. So we've heard many good things about your skills in archery. How talented you are, how excited you are to do it, and how ice cream inspires you. It inspires me. So I'd hope this summer that we probably could shoot together. I haven't shot in a long time, but hopefully when all this nonsense is over, we can meet on the line and shoot. So today we would like to honor you with the award. How do you say that, Ken? I can't say it. Say it. There you go.
We, Kieran and Ellis, rulers of Northshield, have heard tell of a girl and the bow that she wields. This fierce young archer has the eyes of a hawk. Of course, we are speaking of Emily von Kalmbach. With skill and precision do her arrows fly, leaving nary a bull with an unmarked eye. With this in mind, we bestow upon her the award of the Bellerophon. Scroll by Kale Focania Corkiana.
So thank you, and I hope you keep shooting. Keep up the good work.
Vivat!
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 Thank you.
You're welcome.
Their Majesties invite into their court.
Do some fun things just like we just had there, and then sometimes we got to do some things that honestly aren't that great. And so we recently got a letter, and we wanted to read it to you just to let you know about what we got and what we found out. So it says to us, it says, to the most serene and mighty Kieran Ree of Northshield and Ellis Bellerai of Northshield. May that your majesties be surprised by this conjunction of my rashness and by your customary wisdom, that I should so absurdly stir myself to write to your majesties to present so prolix a letter, knowing that as I do, that your majesties are continually enjoying in high council on affairs concerning the good government of this sublime kingdom, and will hold me not only presumptuous, but idly meddlesome in settling myself to write things, neither suitable to your station nor entertainment, or written in a barbarous style, or outside of every canon of political literature. But my confidence, which I have in your virtues, and the truth of my writing, that your magnificence will in sequel perceive, make me bold. It has come to my knowledge that your majesties plan on returning to the lands of the lovely Shire of Riverwood Tower, that you have rightly held since ancient times. I live in these lands that, being so rightly so, return to the governance of the dear Shire, whilst I love the Shire of Riverwood Tower and hold its members there in great regard. This places me in difficult position, for many years ago, in my ill-tempered youth, I was banished from the good Shire of Riverwood Tower, and have included a copy of this banishment with your missive. Your majesties will, and with your unending wisdom, be able to see for yourself that the trivial nature of my alleged misdeeds and harsh nature of the punishments. I humbly beseech you, in your serene and mighty majesties, to annul this banishment, to allow me to stay in my home and rest easily with the right and worshipful members of the Shire of Riverwood Tower. Written on Ludhard's Day of Canterbury's Day, your devoted servant, Master Bartel Fitzneal. So you can see we're in a hard place here, and this is not good. So these transgressions, they can't go unpunished. And so, having read the testimony of our good master, you must issue justice that the kingdom requires. So as such, we do sentence Nell for producing an ill-gotten banishment and Wilhelm for implicate for just compliance in this to be our court barons.
Oh.
Let it be known unto all who hear these words. We, Kieran and Ellis, Ree and Bonrian of Northshield, have noted the long and faithful service given to our realm and the Shire of Riverwood Tower by Nell the Innocent. In recognition which we do this day confer upon her the dignity and splendor of a baroness of our court. Scroll by Astrid of the Yellow Rose. Come all assembled and hear the words of Kieran and Ellis, the Ree and Bonrion of Northshield. We have long heard and bore witness to Wilhelm Ambau's tireless efforts on behalf of our stellar Northshield and our Shire of Rivenwood Tower. For his long and excellent service, we make him a baron of our court and bestow upon him the rights and estates as is proper. Scroll by Marguerite Lartier. For Nell and Wilhelm, vivat!
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 Vivat.
Well deserved.
Yeah,
My words fail me at the moment.
that's okay.
We're unbelievably touched by this honor. Thank you.
You
And
certainly
I always knew the Bartel would get me in trouble.
Yeah. There was a little more. He was going to come up and do shtick if we were going to do this in person, but we decided to do a letter instead. But it's very well deserved, and we're glad to honor you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's long overdue, and you guys are the Scotland of which the Rivenwood Tower is built on. So we appreciate you and all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Majesties.
Thank you.
Oh, one thing, Bart is making your cornets for you. You're commissioned to do that. He's not. I don't know where he's at with it. So he was going to talk to you about it.
But he's sitting in our living room.
Oh, well, there you go. You can talk about it after.
I promise not to write any more letters of that nature.
More court barons then.
More court shenanigans, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess this comes to the end of our awards that we have to give out. Something like this, I mean, it goes by quick and it's fast, and it seems like there's not a lot there at first, maybe at first glance, but there's a ton of people that work to make this happen. All the people that are on that you can't see right now behind the scenes that are putting in the work. They're Ajax and National Job and Fit and Sarah and Adele. It just makes me appreciate how much Northshield is, but also just like to make this happen. I don't even know all the ins and outs that's going on. It's just amazing what goes on to putting this in. So we want to really thank everybody that participated today and everybody that helped contribute and too many names to name to remember, but we thank you so much for that. We also just want to remind everybody that in these difficult times, it's more important than ever to be kind, but also to have fun. Appreciate all the efforts that people have done to make that happen. And if you want to get on that dance video, today's the last day to do that. It's one of the many fun things we got going on. So I really appreciate that. So keep that up. And just want to let you know it's good to be Northshield.
That is.
Yep.
So our next court will be on, all right, May 29th. You'd think I'd remember things, but this pandemic is like turned my brain to much. May 29th at 7 p.m. We're testing out some different times. So let us know what works best for you all. At that time, we're going to be stopping at a castle in Caledonia. We hear there's a colony of mer people that shoot underwater archery, and it's fantastic, utterly magical. So next time we meet with you, we'll tell you all about it. And until then, stay safe, take care of everyone, and we'll be well, Northshield. That's all, Kat.
There being no further business, this ethereal court of Northshield is now closed. All rise. Long live the Ree.
Long live
live
the
threes.
Long live the Bonrion.
Long live Bonrion.
Long live the social media officers.
Long live the social media officers.
Long live Northshield.
Long live
Northshield.
Northshield.